All right, let's try some new stuff here. Um, there's definitely something happened, obviously, with the inside picking. So we're gonna do some, we call it heavy duty inside picking here. Even if I was looking at a magnet footage, I don't think it would change at least anything for me on like what we would do. If you can definitely do that if you like. Maybe that would give you some insight into something, but it's really just a matter of just not completing the pick stroke. And I don't see how watching close up, slowed down footage is going to make you finish the pick stroke. Awareness of what's happening, when you do it right, when you do it wrong, in real time, when it's happening, that's what's needed. So yeah, it's just you're in that awkward space, that awkward speed. So one thing you can do, and you can use the riff from the band, is you got to take the riff and have it at a tempo that's still in control but almost out of control. So maybe that would be 120, and you do that for several minutes. I mean, a lot, like maybe 10 minutes straight, and then maybe the next day just try it 1 BPM higher. Do it for several minutes, and then the next day do it 1 BPM higher. So day one is 120, day two is 121, day three is 122. So you it's a matter of you have to get used to playing in those awkward speeds, but you got to slowly get up into it. So this way you have the control. So it's a loss of control that's happening. We all have our awkward speeds, but so maybe try that. Maybe try that with the riffs that you're trying to polish up. Keep it close to where the breakdown is, but you still have it in control. I only said 120 just for an example. Maybe 130 would be better. Um, and then yeah, just drill the crap out of it for a long time. You got to get comfortable with it. You got to get comfortable with the awkward speeds and have real control over it there. So with this, it is eighth notes, but we're bouncing back and forth in between the strings there. And you can add repetitions to this one as well. So working it up, we're just playing on the inside and bouncing back and forth. So we can't expect a ton of speed on this, but that's all right because the idea is building more control on the inside picking. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Close up here. All right, trying to hold this normally. All right, we're back. I'm having problems with my interface. Just the thing I record this stuff on, it said there was an encoding overloaded. I don't know how, but all right. Anyway, we're back. All right, so again. thinner pick. Maybe this will show up on the camera a little bit better too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, also, while I'm thinking about it, so the only reason why I'm counting off when I'm playing things here is so you know when I'm going to start so you can follow along. So if it makes things easier for you, you don't have to count anything off in your videos. You can just go straight into it. Because I know that counting things off makes it more difficult to actually perform it, because now you have the pressure of doing the count and then making sure you play the thing. So just so you know, you don't have to count off anything when you're demonstrating, okay? So if that makes it easier for you to leave out the count, just leave out the count and just go straight into it. You just go right into playing. All right, here we go. 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oof. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was quite difficult. Let's do repeats at 200. So yeah, once you max out, yeah, you just drop the speed a little bit and try and do several reps of this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, pain in the butt. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. So this guy. So there's a lot of arm movement you're making when trying to play this. When doing legato, you need to keep the motion in the fingers and only the fingers. It's like when I'm watching you, you kind of have your hand all bunched up, and like you're trying to use your arm to make the motion happen. That's absolutely causing problems. Like your hand should be pretty much still the whole time except for the fingers. See, it says the fingers that are making the motion happen. I'm not doing stuff like this to try and make it happen. So if you notice that you're having to move your arm to go this way for the hammer-ons and this way for the pull-offs, that's the thing that's getting you, or at least a lot of it is. So you got to keep the fingers separated and make them do the motion. The other thing, yeah, rhythmically, that was a big thing I heard that we got to fix. So the notes were not evenly spaced, and it seemed to get worse as you progressed. So instead of it being It was more like, yeah, it's something like that. You're swinging it, so you're like da 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 instead of da 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 da. You're doing that da 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 da. You're kind of like doing that. So yeah, you're trying to have your fingers like this, and then you use your arm to take it off. That's definitely going to cause problems. So what we're going to do, and it says this at the top of the file, you got to work on a 1 bar at a time. So just stay on the 1 bar. Get this to at least 180. So 180 is the goal with this stuff. So yeah, get that to 180. Get this to 180, and get this to 180. So you need to get the individual bars to 180 all alone. And once you can do that, then you're going to work on get these two up to 180. And then get these two up to 180. So just do what you can this week. And if you're not able to get, once you get the two by themselves up to, or these up to 180 and these up to 180, then you go back to the whole thing. So when you reach 180 with any of them, like including the single bars, if you can make a video, send it over before next week. Like as soon as you're going to do it, as soon as you're about to try 180, just try, maybe throw on the phone, record it or whatever. I think you may use the phone. But anyway, yeah, just send it over. That would be a really good thing. And we can track progress better there. Just the 180. You don't need to do the entire thing. You don't get up to 180 and then start working it up again for the video. Just you're at 180, turn on the camera, record it, send that over. Because there is a chance you may not get the individual things up to 180, but I want you to try. And so if you're unable to get to the 180, that's all right. Then I'll make a change, but let's try it this way. So each bar, 1 bar at a time up to 180, then the 2 bars at a time up to 180. And then once you can do that, then you put the whole thing together again. So that's the goal with this. So your idea of once maxing out with something and then doing like a smaller portion of it, I've done that with some things to really push max speeds for sure. Just to push max speeds, which is not a bad idea. However, the synchronization wasn't 100% the whole thing. So because we're trying to get the synchronization fixed, definitely split it in half. So I want you to do this one again and work on the first half by itself, get it to at least 240, do the second half by itself, get that to at least 240, and then put it all together again, because it does need some work still. There was it the 270 you did? One of the takes was good at the 270. Like, I don't remember if it was the first half or the second half, but you did get a good take there. But all the other takes, there's still some synchronization issues. It wasn't locked in together 100%. So we need to, do the small pieces, break it in half first, and then put it together, because we want to make sure it's solid, really, really solid, to build more control. So that's the big thing that we're working on. We got to get the control. It's not just a matter of speed, because you can definitely pick really fast, which is great, but now we need to have the control over the other things too, and merge it all together. So, and you're welcome to send in videos before next week just to see, to check in and see if things are going well. So maybe let's do that here as well. Do the first half of this one, get to 240, just record yourself with the 240 early, send it over. Same thing with the second half. Once you get 240 on that, record it, send it over. When you get 240 for the whole thing, even if it's not next week, just record it at the 240. Let's see how it sounds and send it on over. So that's the plan. Hope all that makes sense. But as always, you got any questions, let me know. I'll see you again in your new videos.